The slide rule system. We're going to see today how we can play in any key, anywhere on the guitar neck, using one simple concept, basically like a slide rule. Now, before we go any further, I need you to have a copy of this page that I'm showing you over here. Please make sure it's printed out. Then also, please make sure that you've cut it so the page can split like this. This page must be cut or it's not going to work effectively for you. So before you go further, please cut this out and then we can start. Once you've done the cut, the part you're zooming in on now, or we're zooming on, is going to be your guitar's E6th string. This represents all the notes on the E6th string. And then beneath it, the second half is going to show you all the scales, of which I want to start off with this one over here, the A natural minor, and it also has position 1 of the pentatonic underneath it, so we need to know him as well. Now, you'll see there's orange and blue dots. Ignore the orange dots and you should have the A minor pentatonic block position, which I'm hoping you're not familiar with. If you're not sure, I'm going to play it quickly through for you now so you can see it. We must know the scale before we can go further. A minor pentatonic to follow. We're starting with finger 1 on the 5th fret of the 6th string, should sound like this, to fret number 8, should sound like that, and then slowly as you work your way, fret 5 and 7, and then 5 and 7 on the 4th string, keep going to 5 and 7 on the 3rd, and the 2 remaining strings, your B2 and E1, frets 5 and 8. So before you go any further, unless of course you know the shape, please memorize this scale, the A minor pentatonic position number 1. And of course play it backwards. Make sure you know that before we get any further. Now as we go through the slide rule system, we're going to see that this scale can move. So we can take it to fret number 7. The scale shape hasn't changed, but its key has changed. But for further information on this, we need to look at the slide rule itself to see exactly what's happened and what I'm trying to explain here. Okay, we've just played the minor pentatonic position 1. Basically, you played fret 5, fret number 8. As we mentioned, we're ignoring the orange dots. They don't exist for now. Just pretend they're gone. Then on the A string, 5 and 7, 5 and 7. This is mentioned on the preceding video. And the last 2 strings, 5 and 8, 5 and 8 on the E1 string. Now, if we follow this up to the top here, you'll notice it's opposite the letter, or the note rather, A. And A is at fret 5 if you know your power chords. So when you're at fret 5 and you play this scale shape, you have the A minor pentatonic. Now the cool thing with guitar is when you change key, you don't actually have to change your scale shape like you have to do on piano, for example, or other instruments. Your finger sequence stays the same. So what we're going to do now is we're going to simply take that scale, there's hiding again, and we're going to move it 2 frets up the guitar neck. So we're going to go there, and now you'll notice that B is opposite the natural minor. If you track it down, there's the pentatonic, and that's the next scale that I played on there. I played B minor pentatonic. So what I'm hoping you're getting from this over here is that the shape hasn't remained the same. The position or the fret starting point determines the new key. Key of B minor, minor key, B minor key, minor pentatonic, B minor pentatonic. And then we of course went to the key of F minor, so we go out a little bit further out again, and we slide the ruler across and we put F opposite the minor pentatonic. Or you could of course take it the other way as well, makes no difference. So you can decide to take it over there, because remember at fret 12 everything repeats. So you can have F over here like in the last part of the scale I played. There again you can see F, minor pentatonic, that's your key. So your fret note's name, in this case F, determined that it's now F minor pentatonic. So whatever key you wish for, you simply just take this and you slide it to what you need. That's the trick with guitar playing. Now, what I want you to try and recognize or to listen to or hear is that when I play this scale shape starting from fret 5 again, the A minor pentatonic, and I then go to position number 2, which happens to be the major's position. So this is interesting. The second position of the A minor is actually the C major pentatonic. That's got to do with relative keys, but we don't want to get too much into that immediately. What I need you to know is that this scale, which is position 2, that scale has got exactly the same notes as the scale. Which is quite cool, because now we're gradually expanding or extending our way up the guitonic, depending on your terminology, but we're working your way up the guitonic with different positions. Similarly, if you went to the third position now, starting on D, all the scales I've played so far, the three of them, all got exactly the same notes. If I added on the next one, which will be now starting at fret number 12, I'm still in the key of A minor or C major. And these are all the pentatonic scales, and then we can either go further up to fret number 15, or we can rewind ourselves and loop down to fret 3. And now we've got the last position, position 5. And all of those, end of the day, are linked together to give us our keys. So if I want to do a jam now in the key of A minor, for example, and let's do a blues jam because we can, I can use all 5 of these in the key of A minor and it will sound good. Here's the jam to follow. As I work through this jam, I'm going to tell you what position I'm playing, and you should be able to see it obviously on the guitonic. And this is just a random jam track in A minor, position 1. Position 2. Position 3. Position 4. Position 5. Now you can join them. Putting a bit of diatonic inside there. And the nice thing now is I can jam wherever I want to, because I've got 5 scale shapes that let me utilize my entire guitonic. Now we're going to do some theory again, and we're going to take a different key. Back to the slide rule again, as we've just been doing now. We've been playing in the key of A minor. There you can see A is opposite natural minor. There's position 1. That's position 2 that I demonstrated earlier. And they're the remaining 3 positions. Okay, so there's 5 in total, and penta means 5. Which means now, when you get to fret 17, hey, it's A again. Because everything past the 12th fret repeats. So 5 plus 12 give me my 17, some basic maths. And that's how the guitar works. It's actually really easy and simple to understand how simply These 5 shapes from position 1 all the way through to position 5 can actually let you solo anywhere you like on the diatonic in any key. Now, what happens now if we want to solo in the key of E minor? In other words, you decide to play a little bit of heavy metal, so we say, okay, fine. Let's take the minor. You can see the red one over there, the red highlighted. It's being shifted across. And as it gets to E, where's the minor? There's E minor. Went a bit farther. And we've got now your pentatonic lined up opposite E. So all your positions have changed as well. Our position 2 is now on G. Your third position is now on A. So nothing really has changed on the shapes, but the position, the fret from which they played has changed. That's the lesson to be learned here. So I stress over and over, we want 5 scale shapes. That one, learn that one, that one, that one, that one. Learn those 5 and you can actually utilize and access anywhere on your fretboard in 5 positions, and also in any key you desire. As far as the diagrams go, ignore, if you're playing pentatonic, the hollow notes or the light blue or the light orange over there, because that's what separates pentatonic from diatonic, which is a theory explanation for another day. But for now, just play the dark gray / black type dots and you home dry. So we're going to go to now, as we mentioned, E minor, fret number 12. And I'm going to do a metal jam just to show that this works for any style. So we're playing reggae or pop or metal or heaven forbid Taylor Swift. Just kidding. Okay, it will work for you. Here we go for the jam. Just quick before the jam, just one more time to demonstrate before I put the music on. The scale we learned up front, A minor pentatonic earlier in this video. We simply moved it from fret number 5 to fret number 12. Same scale, but now in a different key. So if you put the backtrack on with this, we get something like this. This is just a random sort of backtrack that I Googled on the internet. So if you're bored, just type in backtrack heavy metal in the key of E minor or backtrack blues in the key of A, whatever key you like. They're all out there. But here we go, metal in E minor. Position 2. Position 3. Position 4. Position 5. Back to the root position. Wherever I want to be. And eventually, everything comes together. So I hope you're realizing this over here. All the keys, all the diatonic, any scale. Okay, to summarize, end of the video now, we've learned over here 5 positions. We know that we can move this around. In other words, your page has to be cut and we can shift into whatever key you want. If you're in the key of G minor, for example, G minor happens to be the same key as B flat major. And I'll tell you where I can play this scale. I can play this scale now from fret 3. I can play that scale from fret 8. And this over here, all of these over here will line up my starting position for the key I've chosen. So choose a key, and if you see something, so for example, in the key of A major now for a change, okay, we've been working with the minors, you just reschedule this, remove it, reshift it, put the major key opposite A, and you got the same scenario, so you can access any key via the major or the minor. There's the minor, there's the major, and you home dry. And the goal of this over here is to get your pentatonic, learn the 5 shapes. Later we'll cross into diatonic. That's a video for another day. And then we got more notes to use. I did use some of the diatonic in the video as well, just to give you a bit of an idea of the sound. And from there, you go onto the internet, type in a backtrack number, key of A minor, John Mayer style, whatever, and you'll find all the backtracks and thousands of hundreds of thousands of really awesome tracks as well for you to jam with. Any questions, drop me a WhatsApp. If you need a copy of this because you haven't got one, which you should have got at the beginning of the video, let me know. I'll be happy to email it to you. And then have a wonderful day. Take care.